my girlfriend's garage here. Little Saturday shenanigans. So basically, I got back from Tail of the Dragon, and the inside of my tires was beyond gone. And I mean, those tires are only probably had, plus the 2,000 miles from the trip, probably another 1,000, right? Maybe 2 at the most. So 3 or 4,000 miles. The tire tread itself was still pretty good, but the inside, the toe it just destroyed them. So a couple of contributing factors, I would imagine. When I got the alignment done, I must have been on the cusp. I was told by all of the Swede Speed Volvo enthusiasts that lowered 100%, you're going to have to adjust the toe. And when it was aligned, the toe actually checked out with the stock arms. So I returned the adjustable IPD ones. I was a little tight on budget at the time. I'm glad I saved $200 to kill the tires. Luckily, they were not super expensive ones, but I would have been crying if there were some Michelin PSS, let me tell you. So a couple of contributing factors was I assumed that I checked the air pressure when we left, and after I had the last balance, I thought I did, but I actually had checked the tires, the other tires I balanced. So I think I might have been a little low on PSI because I was low when I got back and it was way colder up there. So you already know that's probably 5 or 6 PSI lower than that. The toe was probably at capacity for towing out. I think it was probably towing out, and with the other interior and all the other stuff in the car, I probably had 400 or 500 extra pounds. So with that squat, I bet you the rear tire just bloop. But 3 of the 4 ended up with that. One of them was like, it split the tire to the point where you could actually see the wires on the inside. So scary stuff. Lucky to make it home. So my plan is to swap over to these IPD arms. I didn't see a whole lot of videos on it, so I figured I'd do a quick one. So I already got them off. As you know, quick and easy DIY. The stock bolts, which is probably the most useful part of the video, are 15 head on the bolt. The nut was an 18 on the back end, on the outside. On the inside, the eccentric bolt. The inside was, actually I got it right here. Let me confirm that. But I want to say it was probably 18 on both sides. I just did it yeah, it's 18 on both sides. So 18, and then this was an 18. So 18 on both sides. So 18 on both sides on the inside, 15, 18 on the outside. And easy peasy. Bam, one on there, make the adjustment. Got the BC Racing coils, got some filthy calipers. Honestly, for an old girl with a bad alignment, she did just fine on the Dragon though. There's my 4C sensor tucked up in there and zip tied so that I don't get an error. And then BC. So what I did with the BC, I felt like the back was a little soft anyway, and it's a pain in the butt to adjust the preload on the rear because you have to take off the bottom. So actually, sorry, to adjust the height, to adjust the shock travel to accommodate preload. So I just added basically a 1/4 inch of preload onto the, I did a 1/4 inch of preload onto the spring just to boost the spring rate a little bit to match this. What are they in the front? Those Swift springs. So maybe the rear will tighten up a little bit with that. And I just want I want to bring the rear a hair up. So a little bit more there, and we will see where it stands. I wonder if I should trim that bump stop. I've got to be bottoming out. I mean, you think? It's funny, this car spent the first while somewhere up north. So the rear end of the car has just this surface rust, nothing structural. But the front end looks like it just lived in Florida or California or Texas. Crazy. So little by little, just cleaning it up. But solid rig. The yellow on blue. I have 2 cars like that now. Yellow on blue is just a good accent color. So to size it on the ground, obviously you twist in the middle and it lengthens, and then you use the locking nuts afterward. Till I get an alignment, I used the bolt as a reference. So I ran the bolt all the way through both, and then I ran this one until it was just about in the center of that, because you could still use the eccentric bolt. Actually, no, you can't, because the thing that adds the eccentricities can't really slide onto it. Huh. Yeah. It can't really slide onto it all the way. You know what? Where was this washer? I don't think that slides all the way in. We'll see. If I can get it in, I will, but realistically, I don't think you need it, because obviously now this is going to be a fixed point. Fixed point, fixed point. That's the eccentric isn't going to be responsible for setting the toe anyway. Moving the whole bar will be. So that's it. All right. One thing to look out for. I thought they were exactly the same. They're not. One side's higher than the other. And when you try to put this in, you cannot get the bolt through because it's putting it at a weird angle. So flip that around. This needs to be, the shorter side needs to be, the shorter side needs to be up. So I'm just going to make them match. I don't think the inside really matters, but what the hell. I'm going to make them match, and I'll realign them off the car. Also, cut the bump stop. Why not? There's no need to bounce, and as long as there's a rubber, then it'll keep you from bottoming out metal to metal anyway. All right. Pretty new parts. God, I love parts. That's gonna make for a nice little alignment action, hopefully. And then coilover's adjusted. Let me check the height, clean up the calipers. That's it.